the billionaire who hid his heart. They called him Tiny Tim, but what they didn't know was, behind that small man lived a giant secret. A secret worth billion. Yet all he wanted was love, not money. But in Lagos, love can be harder to find than gold. Let's get into the story of Tim, the short man, and how he found love. Tim was a 25-year-old man who lived in Banana Island of Lagos, Nigeria. He was short, shorter than most men, but very handsome. His smile could light up a whole street. His heart was kind, and his dreams were big. But people didn't see that. Whenever he tried to love, the girls would laugh. Some said, "Oh, you're too small." Others said, "You're cute, oh, but you're not my type." But when they heard he had money, they came running like bees to honey. They smiled, they flattered him, they collected his gifts, and then disappeared. One day, Tim sat by his window in his big mansion in Banana Island. He looked over the water and said quietly, "Maybe if I hide my wealth, someone will love me for me." So, he took off his designer clothes and wore a simple shirt. He left his luxury car in the garage and started using downfall buses. He rented a small one-room apartment in Suraley, pretending to be just an ordinary tailor. It was in that neighborhood he met Gold. Gold was tall, slim, and beautiful in a simple way. She sold puff-puff and zobo by the roadside. Her laughter was sweet like music. One day, as Tim passed by, she called out, "Oga Tailor, come and buy puff-puff now. Your stomach looks empty." Tim smiled shyly and bought some. Every day, he returned, first to buy puff-puff, then to talk. Gold didn't care about his height. She cared about how he listened when she spoke. Soon, friendship turned to love. They walked together through the noisy Lagos streets, sharing roasted corn, laughing under the rain, and dreaming of the future. But there was one secret Tim never told: he was rich. Filthy rich. One afternoon, as they sat together, Gold sighed. "Tim, I'm tired of this life. I just wish one rich man would marry me and change my story." Tim's heart broke a little. "And what about me?" he asked softly. Gold smiled. "Oh, you are different. You have a good heart. But love cannot buy food, my dear." That night, Tim couldn't sleep. He stared at his ceiling and thought, if I tell her who I am, will she still love me, or will she love my money? He decided to test her love. A week later, Tim told Gold he had lost his small tailoring job. "I have nothing left," he said. "I may even go back to the village." Gold looked sad but said, "Don't worry, Tim. You can sell puff-puff with me. 2 hands are better than 1. Tim's eyes widened. She stayed. She shared her small profits with him. She fed him when he had nothing. Days turned into weeks, and their love grew stronger. One Sunday, Tim said, "Gold, dress up. I want to show you something." She wore her best dress, a simple yellow gown, and followed him. But instead of entering a danfo, Tim stopped in front of a black Range Rover. Gold laughed. "You want to take picture beside this car?" Tim smiled. "No, my love. It's mine." Her eyes widened. Then he drove her to Banana Island, through the toll gates, past the security men who bowed at his arrival. Gold was speechless. When they stopped in front of a huge white mansion, she turned to him in shock. "Tim, who are you?" He smiled softly. "I am the same man you sold puff-puff to. Just richer than you thought." Tears filled her eyes. "You lied to me." He nodded. "Yes. Because I needed to know if your heart was real." Gold looked away, silent for a while. Then she said quietly, "You should have told me. But I stayed when you had nothing, not because of money, but because you made me laugh." Tim took her hands gently. "And that's why I want you by my side forever." He pulled out a small velvet box. Inside was a ring that sparkled like the Lagos night sky. Gold, he whispered, will you marry me? Her smile returned, shining brighter than the ring itself. Yes, Tim. I will. But just as they hugged, a woman stepped out from behind the mansion gates. Jessica, Tim's ex-girlfriend, dressed in designer clothes and wearing fake surprise. Oh Tim. So you found another one, she sneered. Gold froze. Jessica smirked, this is the man who dumped me when he got rich. He's only testing you, dear. Gold's face went pale. Is that true? She whispered. Tim turned, anger flashing in his eyes. Jessica, you left me for a richer man, remember? Jessica laughed bitterly. And now you want this puff-puff seller. Wait until she leaves you too. Gold walked away, heartbroken. She didn't answer Tim's calls for weeks. But one evening, as rain poured over Lagos, she saw Tim standing outside her small shop, soaked, holding an umbrella over her puff-puff table. I'm sorry, he said, his voice trembling. You don't have to believe me, but I've never loved anyone like you. Not even with all my money. Gold stared at him for a long time. Then she stepped closer and placed her small hand in his. Then let's start again. No secrets this time. And right there, in the middle of the rain, surrounded by horns, laughter, and Lagos life, they hugged. Sometimes love finds us when we stop pretending. In a world where everyone chases money, Tim found something richer, a heart that stayed when everything else faded. True love isn't measured in wealth, it's proven in loyalty. Sparkling Heart, share this story if you still believe in real love. What did you learn from this story? Use the comment section and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories that touch the soul.